think that's what Ed's been pursuing as long as I've known him. And the reason why Ed's so intense about this stuff is because it's about life and death. Ed is somebody that I hang around with a lot. And the whole belief thing and his just perseverance in that realm, in the beginning, that drove me crazy. You know, like, it was like, Ed, like, get in the world, man. Like, where are you from? Never compromised, right? Because he always believed that his father would provide. And so I think he's done it again. I think, you know, impossible is nothing. That sounds like something that Ed would talk about, right?
And I'll hold the mic for you, okay?
This is a letter I wrote to Dr. Quirk after a few months because we were just amazed by the miracle. Dear Dr. Quirk, this letter is long overdue, but I'm writing is so hard to put to words. I'm already emotional. My husband Serge, my daughter Serena, and I were at a very difficult time in our lives. In 2005, Serena was diagnosed with Tourette syndrome and was having a very difficult time due to body tics. She could no longer attend school. She was depressed. She had very low self-esteem and was experiencing panic attacks every day. Here we were with a 7-year-old who would not want to leave the house, nor play with her friends, and was having severe side effects from all the medications the doctors had put her on. She began to have pain in her heart, palpitations, body pain, and many hours of sadness. She would have rages, which are crying and screaming, for up to half an hour. We were lost. We didn't know what to do, and all the specialists recommended more medication. But I knew that was not the right answer. Serena was experiencing severe side effects of the medications she was on. We were so afraid for her health. Serena would beg me to please help her get better. Her tics were varied. Sometimes she would arch her back, and it actually would look like she was going to do a backflip. Someone actually thought she was doing gymnastics. She would sometimes shake her head all day and then end up with a migraine. She always suffered from headaches. She one time began sticking out her tongue so much, with so much force, that she tore under her tongue and it got infected. She hopped, shook her hands. Some days she wouldn't. She would have about 7 different tics when she would walk. So she didn't want to go anywhere. Then the kids started to tease her and ask her why she did these things. Imagine her life. It wasn't too happy. We knew she wouldn't die from this, but she didn't really have a life either. School was not working out, and she didn't want to have to always explain to herself to other kids, so she blocked everyone out. We couldn't find anyone to help us. Then came along our wonderful friend Pam, who Dr. Quirk was talking about, and she recommended we go and see you for Serena. And we were very apprehensive. How can a chiropractor help us? Well, the moment we stepped into your clinic, we immediately felt the positive energy that you and your staff emit. I felt very emotional during our first visit because I felt that finally someone is offering help and not just with pills. When you told me you promised to help Serena, I was afraid to believe, but I felt a need to believe in you and what you were offering. I myself was experiencing depression because of what we were going through and feeling so helpless in helping Serena get better. After we had a consultation with you, Serge and I felt a relief, a weight off our shoulders, and hope. You gave us hope to believe and have faith again. You gave Serena hope and instilled in her positive energy. I can't believe that I'm reading this, and I hear his speech today. That's exactly what he gave us, honestly. He was just, from the moment we left your office on our first visit, we all felt different, and you hadn't even begun any adjustments on us yet. After the first adjustment Serena received, on the way home, she said she felt different, and she couldn't explain why. We noticed that one week a change in Serena. Her tics were not too different, but her attitude and her energy level were different. She seemed happier, began to sleep better, began to play again. Each day we had more and more hope that this was going to help her. When I think back to then, in August 2005, I feel like I'm dreaming, that it wasn't real. We couldn't have been through all that and now be doing so good. I feel as though a miracle has happened. Some may not believe, but I really do. Dr. Quirk not only helped Serena, but he helped Serge and I also. I was very depressed, kept all my stress, and it hurt my middle back. I was gaining weight from the antidepressants the doctor put me on. I was dizzy and suffered from headaches each day and didn't sleep well. Serge was also depressed and having a lot of pain in his neck and back. He could hardly move his head from side to side. We were all quite a mess. Serge had been laid off work, and I couldn't work while I cared for Serena, so money was very tight. We couldn't afford to pay for us to have adjustments done. We could pay for Serena because we had special funding that we received. And Dr. Quirk told us we could pay what we could afford. We were in shock. Who is this man? What's the catch? The catch is, Dr. Quirk is an amazing person who has compassion and love to give. Something we forget to give because we get caught up in our jobs, money, and material things. He has taught me to trust and be more kind and to believe in mankind. Dr. Quirk never labeled Serena. He told her at each visit that she would get better and better. It was just the beginning. He told Serge and I the same. We believed. We went 3 times a week for 3 months, across town during rush hour. We would have driven to Montreal to get the results we were seeing. Serena went back to school. We gave her 1/4 of a pill. She was taking 2 of one kind and an antidepressant before her adjustments with Dr. Quirk. By the way, she's not on any medications at all. She began to laugh again and play with her friends. She began to draw again, something she stopped when she wasn't feeling well. How can we explain this? Everyone asked if she was on a new medication. No, she's seeing a chiropractor. And they'd be like, what? Everyone to this day is surprised. Some, I'm sure, think it's a coincidence that she started to get better as soon as we began to see Dr. Quirk. Why? Because we're taught that pills and doctors are the only ones that can help. I was one of those people. I was afraid to go to a chiropractor, yet I let the doctors give me pills that can cause strokes, heart attacks, etc. I myself feel so much better. I've been able to stop taking antidepressants. I lost weight and have tons of energy. Serge has quit smoking. He has more energy, and we both never have a sore back. Looking back, I can't believe we're the same family. Serena's now 8, but actually she's 9 now. She sings and hums constantly. She giggles all the time. She draws, plays the piano, plays Barbie. She has many friends. She has high self-esteem and actually tells me that she can't believe how she used to think she had no friends. I tell her that it wasn't her talking, it was the medications. She gets fewer headaches. Her tics have almost disappeared. If you were to meet her today, you would never know that she has Tourette syndrome. You would never guess that only 3 months ago she didn't want to leave the house. She had low self-esteem and no energy. She had a sore back almost constantly and headaches every day. The best way to describe what has happened to Serena is this. Serena was a butterfly trapped in a cocoon. She was fighting against her own self. Her energy was trapped within her, and she needed help to let this energy out. Dr. Quirk helped Serena to release this beautiful butterfly within her, and she has begun to fly. Each day, this beautiful butterfly is spreading her wings more and more. She's seeing life through new eyes, eyes that believe what they see, and to believe in what they don't see. We saw hope and faith in Dr. Quirk's eyes on that first day, but we couldn't see what was to come. We had to believe in Dr. Quirk. Now we can see what was to come, life. We had begun to live life to the fullest, as it should be lived, with love, faith, and happiness, and without back pain, of course. How can we ever thank you, Dr. Quirk? You have changed our lives, and we appreciate your kindness, generosity, and advice. We love to hear your laughter whenever we come to your office. Thank you from the bottom of our hearts. You are really a special angel to us. Lots of love and admiration.
Your special gift that God's given you is to help other people believe.
Believe. The butterfly is soaring as she flies through the sky. Her wings are so full now, her colors are so alive. She has an energy so high now, she never expected she can do twirls upon twirls. She feels so electric, she sees all the beauty of the flowers below. These flowers she longed for you, yet didn't even know as she lands on a petal of a flower by a pond. She sees her reflection and she stares on and on. Oh, how she has changed from not too long ago. She can barely remember, but she needs to let go. The cocoon is no longer. She thinks as she leaps, I'm a beautiful, beautiful butterfly. I just had to believe.
This is. We'd like to present this.
Thank you so much.
That's great.